How's it going, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the Tring Shoe Repair channel. If you're new here, my name's Dan. Big welcome if you're new. And today's video, let's get straight to it. We've got a pair of Barker's brogues, which are worn all the way through. Now we're doing the works on this job. We're doing a lot of cool stuff, including some artwork on the sole. So stick around, see what it's all about. So once again, welcome back, guys. Hope you're all doing fantastic. It's another Sunday video, so a bit of a laid back pace for me. I'm getting the habit of doing work on Sunday videos rather. It's easy for me to do, but let me know what you guys have been up to. We haven't done that for a while. Drop it down in the comments. But let's talk about the job. So like I said, we've got these Barker's brogues and they're a nice shoe. They are worn out though. They've worn all the way through the sole. Now this is actually an interesting construction because it has a full sole, but down to halfway, I'm not sure how easily you can see, it has a half sole to the waist and then a full sole. So it's double thickness at the front, so we need to address that. But what we're doing is replacing the sole with our premium leather. We're also putting French tip toe plates on the front. The customer's asked for a blind stitch and a fancy sole design, which I haven't done for a while. So we've got our work cut out for us today. It's gonna be fun. Let's crack on. But before we go, apricot strawberry Red Bull, chef's kiss. Just whip these laces out as usual, so they're not in the way, get caught in the machine or anything. Plus they're just a bit annoying. We're just going to prise this heel block off. It's a bit worn out, so a lot of the times we'll reuse the heel block, but if it's no good, we will put some new ones on this repair. I've got a bad shoulder at the minute and I need to try and rest it as much as possible, so it's pretty annoying when I have to do things like this. It's kind of unavoidable. Whoa! Okay, we're going to need new heel blocks. See, they just punch through the inside there. We scoop them out. And then as always, we're going to loosen up the old factory glue with the jerk off stripper. It's going to debond everything and we can get our sole off. So we're just going to cut through the old stitches and with any luck, peel everything off. Okay, so now I can show you more. Obviously, we've got our top sole off and we still have that half sole there. So you can see the obvious difference in thickness. That's the welt, and we still have that half sole on the front there. So just gotta whip that off. Okay, so we're just gotta whip the old stitches out, get new cork in, and then we can start looking at our soles. So just unpicking the old stitches so that there's room for the new stitches to go through. It's the proper way to do a shoe repair, or else it just turns into a mess. A lot of people don't like doing it, but I quite enjoy it, to be honest. And if I show you, this welt goes all the way around, which is why it's called a 360 welt. And just while I've got you, I've kept the old half midsole, so we can use it as a template to create our new one. So this cork filler here has been named many things over the years. Let's have some new suggestions what it looks like. Little tip, cork filler can be really annoying and stick to your fingers. If you just get a little bit of water on your fingers and not on the floor, it stops the cork sticking to you. guys, time for a little chat to just tell you where we're up to. So we've got the half sole on, all the stitches out, cork in, so now we need to talk about putting the main sole on. Now, the sole we're using is this Italian-made Ducini. This is our new premium sole that we use. It's replaced JR leather, at least in my shop. It smells like proper leather. So at this point, remember, we're doing a few different things. We're doing French tips, a custom sole design, and a blind stitch. Now, at this point, we need to be a little bit intelligent and consider what order we're going to do things in. I'll tell you how the blind stitch works, just for you guys that are new. We are cutting a very fine slither of leather that will peel up, and then the stitches will still go through the meat of the sole, and then that flap goes back down. You'll see that in a minute. Now, I usually do the blind stitch when it's on the shoe. I'm gonna experiment today and just do the blind stitch, the cut at least, while the sole is fresh and off of the shoe. Just see how it goes. I imagine it's gonna be fine, but I think the first thing I'm gonna do is actually do the sole art now. No reason why we can't do that whilst it's off the shoe, and then do the blind stitch. Okay, so if I show you, there we go. There's our flap, but we've still got the meat of the sole there to stitch through. Right, we're just going to pause for 1 second because it's been a while since we've done a Where's Ron. For you guys that don't know, this is Ron. He's hiding somewhere outside, and you've got to find him. Where's Ron? Right, it's time for gluing, so we've got to fill up our hard-on. Okay, so we've got our shoe prepped, we've got our new sole prepped, and our tin of glue, so you know what that means. Let's get sticky. Put a bit of paper down because moving forwards we need to be careful to not ruin our design on the sole. So let that dry for a minute and then heat everything up and stick it all together. Okay, so let's line this up nice and straight. Beautiful. Okay, so you just see me trim around the edge and put our groove in for the stitches to go in and come over to the outsole stitcher. Good old Victor. Now, there's one thing that's harder than doing a blind stitch. It's doing a blind stitch onto also a double thickness sole with a storm welt. So fingers crossed it goes smoothly. Can't lie, I had a bit of a disaster. Thread in the shuttle got jammed, so I had to fix that on the fly. But it's easy enough, we just start back where we left off. Remember, this is a 360 stitch, so we've got to go all the way around. Alright guys, there we go. So you can see our sole is stitched on. And we're just going to pop our flat back down, cover it up. The first thing we do so everything sits nice and flat is just try and flatten these stitches down that we've just done. So understandably, to get this flat back down, we just need to get a dab of glue in there. Okay, so as always, let it dry, heat it up, and then push it in place. And that is how it's done. Okay guys, it's actually day 2. This video is rolled over, but we move forward. So where were we? The sole is on, so the next thing we've got to do is get our French tips in and rebuild our heel. Okay, so remember I said at the beginning we need to make new heel blocks. So what we've got, stacked leather heel block. We're going to take our old, this is just one sliver of the heel block. Make sure we're going to make the right size, and this is a little too thick, so I'm just going to heat it up so we can peel off maybe just 1, maybe 2 layers of this stacked heel block. Freeze! Peely peely. Right, just taking a break guys, because it is lunchtime and I need you guys to help me pick which sandwich I'm going to have. So I want you to vote A for all day breakfast or B for roast chicken and stuffing. Vote now. Thank you everyone that voted all day breakfast. That's exactly what I'm going for. Let's go! Ooh, toasty! Okay, it's time to cut in our toe plate, and as always I need Chief Ron to oversee. So we got our French tips here. What we need to do is cut away a section of the leather so that it sits in flush with the sole. And with any luck, perfect. And you see we've still got the stitches in there. See if it fits. Voila. And then I just like to get a dab of glue just to anchor it in place before we put the screws in. I wear a rubber glove just so I can get good grip on the screwdriver. So we've got to make sure these are in nice and tight so they don't come off. Sit nice and square on the shoe. What I'm doing is making sure the crosses on these screws are sitting nice and square, because it doesn't matter, but the amount of times people in the comments say the screws aren't square. There we go. One toe plate. So now we just need to finish around the edge and the heel, ink it up, and then we can look at the uppers. Okay, so there we go guys, the meat and potatoes is done, and the sole is on, toe plates and the heel. So now we just got to pay some attention to the uppers, give some TLC. So I'll show you this guy at the minute, he just came in, look at that. So what we're going to do is just a two-step process. We're going to use the Sapphire 1925 cream that's going to just hydrate the leather, condition it, and put some fresh colour into it. This is light tan, and then finish off with a top coat of Medal d'Or polish in cognac. And then get the laces back in, obviously. And the 1925 cream that we're using here also has shea butter in it, which is really good for just keeping leather soft. And do remember, if you want to try any of these products or just stock up, you can find them all on our online website, tringshoerepairs.com. I'll leave a link for you guys right here. Okay, let's just get some wax on. I always get asked what is the difference between creams and polishes, waxes rather. There's a few differences, but the main one is that waxes shine up more. And there we go, job done. Okay, so there we go guys, job done. So the finished product. So remember how they started off? Holes in the leather, very tatty, and we've got our new premium sole, the custom design. We got the gold French tips, blind stitched the lot, obviously. Combination heels were designed there as well in brass tacks, and reconditioned the lot. I think they look fantastic. Not for everybody, but I really like a good sole design. And I think it pairs up with the cognac uppers quite nicely as well. But that is it. That is it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. You guys do like to know how much these jobs cost, so as always I'll tell you, this job was £350 all in, so a big order. That is the end of the video. If you liked the video, make sure to hit a like. But before you go, I've got a very quick announcement for you guys. YouTube's been badgering me for ages with a little notification about memberships, and that is that I have set up memberships for the channel. If you are a fan of the channel and you're a regular viewer, please consider being a member of the channel. There's a whole bunch of perks you get with it, being early access to the videos, 10% off the online shop, and priority in getting your shoes featured in a video. So check it out, see if you like it. And do remember, if you need any products of the Sapphire polishes, check out our online shop, tringshoerepairs.com. We can find all of those products. Hit the notifications bell so you're kept in the loop when I upload a new video, and I will catch you guys next time. Cheers.